Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 633. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinside,
Yo.
and Tony
Hey,
Korkanakis.
hey, hey.
What's up, guys? Welcome, listeners and viewers, to the Moviecast. We are live streaming on Twitch starting at Tuesday nights, starting at 8 o'clock. Please join us for that. It's a lot of fun. We can ask you can ask us questions on here, live stream. Enjoy the show. Sometimes we have some occasional technical difficulties. You can enjoy us diagnosing those as IT people. Um, but so this is the movie cast, folks. It's been a little while since we've had an actual full episode of a movie cast. And I think so it's gonna be interesting. Um, I actually, on the game cast side of things, I need you all to stay tuned because there's a lot of news to cover. Just so you all know, just to tease it.
Mm.
We got a lot of stuff.
Mm.
I just added stuff even from last week we didn't cover because of that. There's a lot of stuff
Oh,
happening.
wow. Like I said, we haven't
Yeah.
done much.
So, yeah, guys, but movie cast. What has anybody been watching? Like, what have you guys been up to? Anything big? Anything big, Corey?
We kind of mentioned on it before in the last few episodes, a little bit here
Mhm.
and there, but Last of Us has been
Yeah,
hugely popular.
I didn't see
And
the
yeah,
newest
I've been
episode
on
yet.
to all over that. It's been very good. And the thing with Last of Us for me that I'm really appreciating right now is that it isn't necessarily a one-to-one. Because we've talked about before, like, why do you need to recreate Last of Us into a TV show? And what do you like? What's it's already
Mhm.
so cinematic. But
Mhm.
what they get to do here with the show is move away from Joel and Ellie a bit and explore some of the other characters or um, people in the world and like kind of show you what this universe is about a little bit more and not just Joel and Ellie. So I think I appreciate that. And they came out with a statement saying like if you don't, if you wanted a one-to-one recreation, just go play the game. You have the game. Like we
Well,
didn't want to make a one-to-one recreation.
It's
that's
funny that
always
they
the
didn't
argument.
mention this
Yeah,
during any of the. At least I didn't see any of the lead
Hmm.
up interviews or anything like that, or even when they
I
announced it. Like, because that was my thing is that
Yeah,
it's the
right.
one to
why
one,
And
bother?
right?
that's what we were talking
Yeah,
about is the fact that it's, you know, so cinematic already. What's the point? Like we even
Yeah,
said that with Uncharted, like Sony's games are just like very much a cinematic experience. What's the purpose of it? Other than obviously we talk about expanding the IP, getting into new mediums and things like that. But here they really do get a chance to delve into other characters some more and new characters. We get
yeah,
introduced to a brand new character in this episode that was not in the game at all.
cool, cool. I mean,
So,
yeah, I mean, we mentioned it last week real quick, but episode three, I didn't see four yet. I've been stuck on. I've been watching another show, but episode three was phenomenal for a show about a side character that you would never expect. It was phenomenal. So I really enjoyed that episode quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to four. So cool.
yeah.
So this was a good one.
What's funny is too is that episode 5 is streaming on Friday
because of the
Ooh,
because
Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl
Super
is
Bowl,
on
Super
Sunday.
Bowl. Right.
Yep. So, but it's
So
Yeah,
nice because yeah, like it's just been so popular and like, again, the fact that it isn't a one-to-one recreation and they
it's
are
good. It's a good thing.
making changes here and there like I talked about with Umbrella Academy. You have the source material and you make it fit for television. Here we already knew what the story was and how cinematic it was, but instead of like trying to fit it into a TV show and like just recreate the game, they made it its own thing at the same time being very, you know, um, true to the this original story and characters, and then just little tweaks here and there. Not too much where it's like completely out of left field. Like what is going on here? Why are we even like making this? Because it doesn't make any sense. Why call it The Last of Us? Here that's very like they honor everything that goes on in the game. And it's funny because they do things from the game that just like are stupid things that you do in a game, like I need your help to open a door, so go through this window and like pull something
Yeah.
like those types of things. You see like hints of that in the game in the show as well, and it's
hmm
just like funny because like as a fan
I,
of the game, you can like kind of giggle at that, and then as a person who's not someone who played the game, it's like oh yeah, well that makes sense. Like these things
have
are
they been
things you would need
throwing?
to do.
Have they been throwing like bottles or something in the environment to distract like
I mean, you'll
clickers?
have to wait and see if.
I've been like I thought that was a great opportunity in like the earlier episodes to also mimic the fact because that was the big aspect of the game that it brought to us as gamers was the distraction aspect of things was the throwing bottles and using anything in your environment as even a weapon sometimes to throw at
we've
people.
we've had that though. Metal Gear Solid
And
has that.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like I got you. You're right.
Metal Gear's been
You're
2.
right.
This is the first one on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I know, but
There was nothing new about that game, gameplay wise, but it was a story.
it was fantastic the way they incorporated it. That's all. So, but I get you. Metal Gear was definitely first on scene.
Yeah. But
So-
as far as a television show, it works really well, and I highly
Good.
recommend. And they did a great job because it could have definitely been a huge pile of garbage.
Yeah, we've seen that, but
yeah,
video games are on a run, man. They're on a run. Mike, anything good?
I think I mentioned over the last few weeks I did watch Peacemaker.
Yep.
There's not a whole lot to say. I like it enough. It was fun. And then I also decided, I guess I have in my mind that everything on HBO Max might disappear DC wise. So right now,
probably.
Yeah.
right
I mean,
now
Listen,
I
Mike,
just
you can stop at everything on HBO Max might disappear. Just stop, full stop at that
yeah.
point.
Well, I decided to start watching. Going back to. I'm still waiting for the second half of Titans and Doom Patrol, so I'm not going to do that. But I went back and started trying to watch more of Young Justice where I left off.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the one where I stopped because they were in Mars,
I gotta
and-
go back to start over on that entirely.
and there was no, animation for anyone talking because everyone was telepathic, and half the characters were these weird alien things. It was really hard to follow. Apparently, I was really close to the end of that arc because that ends somewhat dramatically, and then you have little 4-episode arcs, and it's all sequential and I guess related in the end. But that was the Martian arc with Miss Martian and Superboy and
Megan or Megan. whatever
Yeah.
her name is.
yeah, and the next arc was an Artemis or what? She's Tigress now. This is the problem with it, and there's 18 clones of a Arsenal dude. I can't keep track of where everyone is and are, and they don't do any recaps whatsoever, which is it's kind of silly to me. But and then the next one's a Zatanna arc, so it's okay. It's a little better now that we're out of Mars, but I'm waiting for it all to come together, which it's sure to eventually. It's still not. It still doesn't seem like it has the magic of the old show, though. Things are just a little too, I don't know, dispersed, complex. I don't know. No one's.
Nobody
No,
cares.
there's no central
Nobody
thing
cares about
really.
the show.
There's no central team really. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I've been plugging away. We'll see how it goes. There is, 19 or 20 episodes. It's like a full season, so they're 22 minutes, but I'm still not rushing through it by any means.
Definitely not selling it, Mike. So that's
No.
Whatever. I don't.
Yep,
I'm not
Mike,
buying into it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Tony, anything for you?
Yeah, so I did watch the first episode of Last of Us, and it was really good.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
The
Very
production
cool.
values are, pretty
You can
indisputable.
tell they threw a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, what was it, $100 million per episode? So
yeah,
it's crazy money. I would be disappointed if it didn't look this good. But yeah, I mean, the first episode, and only the first episode, that's the only one I can speak to, does follow, the plot line of the game pretty one-to-one.
Yeah.
You do get to see a little bit more with his daughter.
Family.
And the family a little bit. So that was nice to just give it something. But the whole time I'm just well, I know how this turns out. So
I've experienced this multiple
Just
times.
waiting
That's,
for it.
that's all I was
Waiting,
talking about.
waiting.
That's all I was talking
Yeah.
about in our first episode discussion. I was just it wasn't as impactful for me because I'm
Yeah.
I've seen it a billion
Yeah.
times. So, but for some other people that didn't know that was happening, they were blown away. They're like, "Wait, what?" So,
yeah. Yeah, it
but,
happened. So yeah, I mean, it's good. I'll definitely be catching up this week probably.
Cool.
In time for the new episode. Other than that, really quick, I did watch the new DuckTales cartoon.
nice.
On
Arya
yeah,
loves
Disney
that.
Plus. And yeah, it's really good. I'm only halfway through season 1, but I am surprised at how good the show is. I put that right up there with Cobra Kai in terms of this shouldn't
wow.
be as
Okay.
good as it is, but it is. It really
I
is.
have unconfirmed reports of this, guys. For anybody that was a Goof Troop fan or
Yes.
they continue
Any
Max
Disney
and-
afternoon, yeah.
Yeah,
Any Disney afternoon.
no, but Max's story from the movie,
Yeah, it's followed up in this.
It
apparently.
followed after this, yeah, and then they have Darkwing Duck because I've seen that before.
Yeah.
So they
Gizmo
they
Duck,
continue
yeah.
these characters, yeah. that you're not used to seeing. It looks good. I mean, Artie has watched it a billion times, so but
it's cool.
different animation for me. The animation's tough for me, but it's different
I think
style.
you get used to it, but
Yeah,
it's good.
Cool.
That's it.
All right, I did start. I'm like 4 episodes in of Star Trek: The Strange New Worlds show, which is the new spin-off. Man, I gotta say, like, and I'd probably get slammed for this for Star Trek fans, but if you're a Star Trek fan, you should be like feasting now on like Paramount Plus. There's some great shows. As saying this, I don't know what the internet says about these shows. I haven't really like searched them out, but I love it as Star Trek. As a Next Generation fan and Deep Space Nine. This is obviously a very early one following Christopher Pike, but after Discovery, where he like basically, because it's famous, he dies and like always dies in these shows. Yeah, so he actually sees his death in that, and now he knows about it in this show. So it kind of is a spin-off, so it's kind of altered. Has it altered it? We don't know. Spock's in this. They have Lieutenant Uhura. Kirk's brother is in this. I'm sure Kirk is in this at the end of the season, I think. But like, it's a very early show, but it looks great. They have such good production values on the show, and it's really fun. Like, I'm enjoying it. It is like a classic Star Trek show rather than Discovery is good, but it's very actiony, which is not very classic Star Trek style. That's always Star Trek is always a little slower. But
boring.
Discovery is more like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, whereas this is more like the classic Star Trek. There we go. So that's pretty much it for me. So, all right, let's get into some news and let's go box office real quick because I haven't done that in a long time. Hang on, let's get the box office open, folks. We have some news for the box office. Let's tie it together. Let's just tie it together. This week, let's see. Last weekend was Knock at the Cabin at 14.1 million. 80 for Brady, 12.7. Avatar: The Way of the Water. Hey, Brady retired, by the way, officially. And BTS.
Who cares?
But Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots still up there. So that's your box office. Kind of quiet until two more weeks, and we should have a pretty big boom.
17th.
Yeah, so 17th. I'm going on the 18th. I'm glad I've pre-purchased my tickets because Ant-Man.
Oh, okay.
Quantumania.
Quantumania, which has two, for those listening, 2 post-credit sequences. So stay for 2. I don't know what they are. I'm not going to spoil that because I don't want to spoil that for myself either.
After credit.
Yeah, it must be mid and after, but there are 2. And they're supposed to be crazy, so I can't wait to see that. But
I think the projections are pretty good. I think it was like 125 last I looked.
Stronger than the previous 2. Yeah. That's upward trending.
What?
That's very good for it. Yeah, it's upward trending. Sometimes superhero staleness goes away. So
No, I don't know about that.
I mean, Mike, you're very bitter for your comic book love right now. I mean, DC has killed you. You're tired of Marvel. Sorry, man. You'll come back. You'll come out of it. You'll come out of it. You'll come out of it. It can be great again. I promise you.
Yeah. Batman.
But yeah.
Make Batman great again.
Yeah, so to tie this together, though, with AMC has announced that they're doing a pricing tier up. They're basically doing what like an orchestra, like if you're going to see a show at like an orchestra or Broadway or sports,
like Broadway,
you pay. The weird part is you're not paying for closer seats here. You're paying for the prime seats, which is designated by like basically middle. Basically all the rows like D through G, all the middle seats essentially are extra cost, and then the surrounding seats are just normal price, and then the front row seats, those lower ones, are cheaper seats. So they're looking at changing the pricing tier,
like the opposite of every show you go to, but it's fine.
That's the weird part for me, and I did have a big gripe with this, obviously, but I'm not like up in arms about it. Okay, let me say that I'm not up in arms about it. It is what it is. They have to try to make money because AMC is terrible.
How much more is it? So let's say $20. Was it $20 for Dolby or whatever? So what is it?
Dolby is $20.50 right now. And so I have not gotten the official pricing because they haven't rolled it out in every other place yet. So the places they are rolling it out, it's only like $1 more for the seat. But you're also talking about cheaper seats already. So by percentage, it might be like $23 for those prime seats. So if it is, that's going to be tough. But it's an extra $5 if you do like 2 people in the movies. You're getting, AMC's getting an extra $5.
Those seats, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't. It doesn't.
Doesn't
Yeah,
affect me.
doesn't
Really?
bother
Doesn't bother
me.
you guys? You
I,
gonna
I
let
like. I mean, I don't usually like going in the designated prime spots that they go anyway, so it doesn't affect me as much. I
I
can
like
understand people who
I
do
like
like those
my
spots.
eye level thing. I love that. Like eye level
That's
row,
true.
middle
But now you
To
gotta
me, it
pay
doesn't
for
matter.
it. Now you gotta pay for it, Jim.
Yeah.
You pay
Yeah,
so
now
much money to have your best screen television, your best screen whatever. Why is it any different
Best
at the movie
sound,
theater?
best. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of getting overcharged for things like this. Like I'm
A
tired of
dollar? A dollar?
I'm tired of a 4K package of things. Like you know what I
Dude,
mean? Like
driving, the fluctuations in gas prices have been more than this.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
How much
I
is
mean,
just
like I
on
said,
that
I'm not.
HD
I'm
DVD
not.
player on the
Like I
Xboxes
said,
back in the
I'm
day?
not like up in arms about it. I'm not. I'm not. It's just
But at the same time, like if it was, I'd rather have them do that than raise the prices all around.
Right,
Like
they
exactly.
do raise them, but they do raise them anyways. It's been creeping up anyways. It's
sure,
20,
but like now
it
That's
was
Everything
inflation.
has.
That's
it
inflation.
was
Dude.
2050 to go see Ant-Man for a ticket.
Wow,
Next
it's
weekend.
weird. It's like someone has been talking about this for like the past 2 years on why movie theaters are a dying business. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just telling you
but
that it's to I don't know, whatever. So it
I
is
don't know,
what it
just
is.
keep like it's like I think it's like I said, the prices are going to go up. So if you're gonna tier it so that way I can still get a little cheaper seat, that's fine with me.
Not to mention,
Okay.
So I
all
actually
this
like that.
all this does is push people to do the what is it?
The seat
AMC?
swap.
No, the AMC
Oh,
A plus
A plus
thing
or
or
whatever.
or what? Yeah, A list. A list.
A
That's it.
list. I mean, whatever.
Oh,
You
this
don't pay for that. So
yeah, and this only counts for primetime movies. So like anything before like 4 o'clock matinees are
yeah.
counted.
So you go to the
So
matinees. You admitted this.
I do mostly matinees.
So this
yes.
really doesn't impact you.
It'll affect me like 2 movies a year.
2 movies, Jim.
It's
We're
not a big
spending
deal.
way
I'm not,
more
I
time
just-
talking about this than you earn.
You keep talking about it. I'm fine. I'm like I said, I'm not up in arms about it.
This
Holy
is
shit.
in the news, so we got to talk about it. It's just it's
You're like, I
something
don't
that-
like this. I was like, well, okay, why? It affects me 2 movies a year. Okay, you're right. That's $2 a year, Jim. We spent like 5 minutes
Yes, it
talking
is.
about it.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, tell like you guys out there, let us know how you feel. Like, do you guys like the prime seats? Because, like I said,
Whatever. People are gonna
could
complain.
impact
I get
you.
it. Whatever. People should have been way more mad at like the Netflix password thing or all the shit disappearing from HBO Max and whatever. This is like this is so low on the grievances list. Like, it doesn't even register for me.
All right. Let's move on. Fantastic Four is going to start filming soon. So apparently the MCU, the director, has
we
let
get
it.
casting.
We have no casting yet. Not
why
soon.
they're
I'm
not
sorry.
talking
By
about it.
soon. By soon, because it's not releasing until 2025, and they envision it starting. They're going to start in early 2024 filming it. So I'm guessing it's a late 2025 movie, which means this year is when we start getting
So
casting
wait,
news.
what's the news?
This is it. Is that it's launching 2025, and that they're going to start
okay.
shooting it in 2024.
Oh,
But there is no roles yet
Wait,
for it.
really?
No,
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I
No,
was
they'll,
like,
they'll
if
wait
it's
until
shooting
Comic Con
soon-
time to
I said
announce
soon
the
at first, but I
cast.
said it wrong.
Yeah,
it
they
will
want
be
to probably parade them out on the stage.
Yeah.
I think Comic Con's the right one.
You're new, Mr. Fantastic.
I think that's a good one. All right. Harrison Ford has gone on record saying that he is now done with the
Bullshit.
Indiana Jones franchise.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
All right, calling
Bullshit.
shenanigans.
Bullshit.
Calling shenanigans.
Why wouldn't he be? He's 80.
He's 80. He's 80.
Oh, I'm sorry. The difference between what 75 and 80 is that big?
Yeah.
So I feel like he was done at Crystal Skull.
I feel like he's saying
And then it
this
was-
as a negotiation tactic every single time an actor says this.
Okay.
How many
Maybe,
times did Daniel
but-
Craig say that this is his last Bond movie?
I don't know. He
3 or 4?
always
In a row,
very
right? He
upset.
said it like 3 or
Yeah.
4 in a row, right? He's like, "This is my last Bond movie,"
Yeah.
and he kept coming back. It's a
Yeah,
negotiation
we'll see
tactic.
then.
It's all
Sure,
that
we could
dumb
talk about
truck
it.
of money. Just
Let's
let's stack
see.
it up.
Is this rich old white guy gonna do another Indiana Jones movie? I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe.
Bringing race into it. Wow.
Maybe.
And ageism.
Ageism, racism, it's all in there.
So no, I get your point, Tony. I do think he's done, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm wrong.
I
I'll go
figure
after
this
saying
is
he's done.
more of a definitive ending for the character than
That's what I'm thinking.
even
Happens.
Crystal Skull.
That would be
So-
nice. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Then they could cast a new Indiana Jones, or you get new stories and new adventures.
That
No,
just
that's not going to
deep fake
happen.
it.
Indiana Jones is done. after this.
No,
Yeah.
there's no way they're letting this franchise die. Are you kidding me?
My God, this franchise wasn't anything for like 20 years. It
They're
has a,
making,
it has a resurgence.
they're making a game about it. You think they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, we're just never gonna make another movie?
If this movie's successful, they're gonna make more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, these companies are just
You
gonna
know,
stop. They're like, nah, we
I
don't
think
want
that-
more money.
I think they move on without Harrison Ford, and I think
Yes.
you finally get a new cast. Yeah,
Yes,
I think you do get a new cast.
1,000,000%.
He's done with the role. It doesn't mean that they're done with the character.
Or the
They're big
franchise.
difference. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Property.
Yeah, I mean Disney likes to. This is what Disney does.
Gotta milk it.
That's what they do. Right or wrong,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Get the live action version.
They don't
in
buy
5 years.
things. They don't. Unlike Microsoft, they don't buy things to leave it on the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. Other news. Oh, back to Disney. Star Wars Visions Volume 2 starts streaming May 4th on Disney Plus. So 9 new animated shorts from some amazing studios.
I think one of them is
88.
Claymation Studio. Yeah, go through them.
Yeah, 88 Pictures, Studio La Cachette. I don't know that one. El Guri, Dart Shijo, MR Studio, that one I know. Punk Robot, Cartoon Saloon, and Aardman, which I know as well. I've heard that one. I don't know that what they've done, but
Yeah, these are all new studios, so none of the.
yeah, you know what I like about it? Like it gives you all new stories, like just all new stuff. Even though there's some cool stuff in the Visions that I wanted to see continuations of those characters, and maybe we do get that.
We probably
It'll
will.
still be still a new style. You know what I mean? That's cool.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. The first set was great. I expect we get some Ahsoka news pretty soon. So as Mandalorian gets moving in March here, I think we get some Ahsoka news for when that comes out too. So, all right. I think that's
Well, yeah, good
actually all we have.
stars.
That's all we have on news, I think, this week. So
I mean, it's a quiet time of year, you know.
yeah, I mean, like I said, AMC's make some ruckus. That's about it.
Mhm.
Everybody else is kind of just waiting for Ant-Man, Quantumania, which, by the way, it's getting some hype. Like we had said, it's on pace. Oh, we never finished that numbers. I don't think we finished it. It was on pace to do that, but it's really feels like the proper launch. Like even though it's been around, like the phase was it phase 5? Is this what we're getting now? Is this phase 5?
I think so.
Yeah, it just finally, but it makes for some reason I get an actual like direction vibe now. Finally, like I didn't get that in phase 4. I felt like kind of was sporadic.
Well, no, I think because you have that central villain that's gonna
Yeah, I
tie
think that's
into
what did it.
everything.
Yeah, not that Thanos was all over the place early on. Remember, he wasn't around much.
He was
just
looming. That's
Yeah.
everybody knew that he was looming and that we were building up to that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Right, because like I mean,
just
it's
gonna be
easy because you know Thanos was either looked at or talked about or whatever, whereas like you know Kang was only directly talked about through Loki. I mean, you didn't watch Loki.
Yeah.
yet,
Well,
but
it's
yeah.
like it was characters dealing with the aftermath of
Oh, yeah,
Endgame as well.
Yep, exactly.
So it didn't feel like we were moving on from that until they moved on from it, and
Right.
now
This
is
was
kind of
that's
that.
basically what phase 4 has what seemed to have been is moving on from the blip or the bleep. What was the other one? The blurp.
The blip, the blorp.
The blurp. So that's really what the phase was all about, learning to deal with that 5-year gap. So yeah, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. We'll have a lot more coverage on that coming up.
I mean,
we
even
have
this one is like still about that because it's about him trying to get that time back with Cassie.
it is still about that. You're right. Yeah, so from what we saw, you're right, it is still about
Almost
that.
like
So
these
but this
events
is
were
all
traumatic
but this
to
movie
the
is
characters. I don't know. It's weird.
this movie is all about time, man. That's what it's
is.
about.
It is.
So all right, so and that's about it, guys. We are out of news this week. We got, like I said, a lot more content coming your way for this. We have a spoiler cast, I'm sure, for Ant-Man coming up, so stay tuned for that. Nice early in the year spoiler cast. Once again, we are live streaming on Twitch Tuesday nights. We are on the following day. We're on YouTube. Now YouTube keeps all of our stuff, so you can go there. You can watch all the previous episodes. And welcome new viewers if you're watching. Leave us a comment. Hit that subscribe button over there. It helps with everything. Us obviously with
Algorithms.
YouTube. Yeah, you know the algorithms garbage. I don't know how they work. You don't know how they work, but they like likes.
Or if you do,
That's about
give
it.
us a comment.
If you know, yeah, let me know. All right, that's a good point. I like Tony's. I like where your head's at. That's gonna wrap up this episode, folks. So thanks for tuning in. We hope.